Hey folks, today's 10-minute tool is being filmed from the beautiful Powell River along the Salish Sea in British Columbia. This one's about emotional regulation in two different ways. I'm going to share with you a tool that we'll just call the 3 and 3 because it's two sets of 3 questions that you can ask in the moment for one of them to unhook your amygdala when you're stuck in a reaction. And then later, for the second one, when you've got some time and you're ruminating on it or noticing that this story isn't serving you. I'll show you what I mean. This happens for us at work. This happens for us in our lives. This happens for us because we're human. So here I was, 30 seconds ago, ready to hit record. You know, there's no one around. I thought this is a pretty good location. It's quiet. Okay, I can do this. I just was about to push the button and vroom. Someone right beside me over here in the parking lot tried starting their truck. It wouldn't start. Tried again. Vroom, vroom, vroom. So I waited and I realized I was going, I was impatient. And what was happening was my amygdala was starting to take over. Our amygdala is the part of our brain, you may know this already, so a refresher for some of you, new for others. The amygdala is a small almond-shaped part of our brain, and it is designed to help us quickly respond, not with a lot of thought, but respond in an emergency, a crisis, if a bear is chasing us, for example. Now, it doesn't only work in actual crises. So here I was, and I was probably going into a bit of fight response, like, come on, dude, I want to get this done. Wasn't fully there, and then kind of laughed when I realized, hey, this could be a story for this video. So there are 3 questions. When you notice yourself in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Okay, if you're not familiar with fawn, that's the 4th reaction that neuropsychologists have identified now, and neuroresearchers. So fight response, you know the feeling. You're driving, someone cuts you off and you get mad, or you show them your hand out the window, give them the finger, or maybe swerve or whatever it is, but you just feel that immediate, whoa, I was out of control, I was angry. Flight could be similarly driving in traffic or riding your bike in traffic, and you see a threat ahead of you, or you perceive, oh no, that person's going to cut me off, and swerve and almost go down into the bushes yourself to get out of the way, to flee. Freeze is me behind the wheel when I'm driving and I see that ahead of me there's the possibility of an accident. Here's what I do, folks. This is not our wonderful prefrontal cortex up here doing this. This is 100% a reaction. So I tend to do this. I go, no, don't, no. Those words come out of my mouth as I watch, possibly the gong show that's going to happen with traffic in front of me, but I don't put my foot on the brake and I don't swerve to get out of the way. I get a freeze response. All of these 3 are quite familiar to a lot of us, and they happen at work all the time. They happen in our lives often. Okay, you can feel that emotional flooding. For example, like I'm stuck in anger, I'm stuck in fear. That would be that your amygdala has taken the wheel, or as I say, has taken the paddle, and it's in charge. The 4th one, fawning, I encourage you to look this up. Fawning is what I call in myself when I get all nicey nice. Fawning to me equates with don't poke the angry dog. So fawning is a response that comes up when we get all nice and go, oh, how can I, negotiate this or facilitate this or distract because this person is really angry or whatever the situation is, and we fawn. So when you notice I'm out of control, I'm having one of these 4 reactions, here are 3 questions you can ask yourself. And they are not designed to solve the situation, okay? They're designed to get you out of what is called amygdala hijack. So the first question is you simply say, what am I feeling? The reason this starts getting you out of amygdala hijack is because we can't think of a feeling when we're hijacked. We think of a feeling from up here in our prefrontal cortex. So what am I feeling? Name it in one word. So mine would have been irritated. About what? Just name it in a phrase, not even a full sentence. The dude with the engine that won't start. Okay, what am I feeling? One word. About what? Just name it like a camera would film it, just the thing. And then the third question is why? And just a quick and self-compassionate answer. And if this fully brings you then to your amygdala, pulls you out of this hijack. And so my why would be, because I just wanted to get the video done quietly here while there was no one around. Right? Of course. Right? Of course I felt irritated. This happens to us all the time, and without having a mechanism like this, 3 simple questions, we can get stuck in it. We can ruminate, we can brew, we can say things that we regret later. So that, first of all, is your approach that you now can have in your pocket, so that when you notice you're like, or freeze, or flee, or nicey nice, right? Those 4 reactions, you can go, wait, and you can do this for yourself. What am I feeling? 1 word. About what? Just name the thing. And why. Why you would be feeling that. Don't go long into the why. It's just to get your prefrontal cortex back engaged. Okay, so doing this, I did this on a coaching call with someone just this past week, and we did this, and then we went from these 3 questions into the next 3. This is why I'm calling it 3 and 3, because she then went, her why was, because this matters so much to me, because of my core value, and because of the story that I have about it. So we went to the next 3 questions. Okay, so the next 3 questions are when you have that story. So I'll use my example with the truck. My story might be, I don't know, it might be, I get interrupted a lot. Or, things just don't go my way. There's not enough time in a day. It might be something like that. And these stories can turn into what I call background apps. Okay, they can be there all the time. So it's when you're ruminating. So this isn't a work-related example, but a simple one, so you can take a look at it with me. So my story, okay, I've got my story, I might go forget it, I'm not even gonna film a video. It never works. I get interrupted. I don't get time for myself. There's a story. So with my client, I did this, and I'll do it with myself right now. 3 new questions. The first one about the story is, number 1, is it true? Yes or no? So no, it's not true in this case. It's not true that I never have time. It's not true that I get interrupted all the time. But that story is there. It's kind of poor me story. The next question. So sometimes you'll say, no, it's not true. Sometimes, yes, it is true. And in that case, okay, thanks, brain, for protecting me with this story. Okay, in my case, it's not true. Question number 2, what else could be possible? Oh, interesting, okay. So if it's not true that this happens to me all the time, what else could be possible is I'm getting creative with how I make these videos. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to start this again. That was the 3rd question. Here's agility. Question number 1, is it true? Question number 2, is it serving me? Very important one. So, is it serving me to walk around going, I'm getting interrupted all the time? No. And I potentially, using this made-up scenario, I might walk away then and go, forget it, I'm not doing videos anymore. So that's not serving me. So that story about, oh no, I set things up and it doesn't work, and it's not serving me. So then the wonderful number 3, what else is possible? I'm getting really creative with ways of doing videos. I like that one. So you also can use this with other people. When you notice someone is having a reaction. So let's use this with this fella. Hey, how's it going there, Poseidon looking guy? Actually, some of you probably know who this is. I think he's from Pirates of the Caribbean, or maybe mythology. So let's say he is having an amygdala hijack. A bird lands on his head, and if you can see, he's got some bird poop up there. So he might go, I'm sad. Right? He's like, this is terrible. And then say, wait, Christine's 3 questions. Starting to feel really sad. Starting to feel like maybe I should leave, this important job that I have. So I would ask him, hey, what are you feeling? He would say, well, discouraged. Discouraged. Okay, about what? well, I stand here all day and I like the birds coming and sitting on my head, but they poop on me. Oh, why does that feel discouraging? Because even though I look kind of weird, I'm a real caring guy. Right? So this is goofy, that will bring back what might turn into an amygdala hijack. You know, he might be in flight mode in this example. And it can bring it back so that he can go, oh, this is why. Then, if he wanted, he could use the next 3 questions to break down that story, because he came up with this story. Right? His story is, I'm a nice guy, I'm a caring guy, but look at me. So, is your story true? No. Is it serving you to think this way and feel sad? No, it's not serving me. And then if I asked him what else could be possible, he'd say, what's possible? Look at this, I just made a new friend. So some goofy examples intentionally to engage your brain so that you'll remember this next time. So think of the time Christine was standing in this wooden carved poster, this wooden carved statue's shadow, and talked to you about 3 questions to unhook your brain. Okay, what am I feeling? About what and why? And then 3 questions when you have a story. Is it true? Yes or no? Is it serving me? Yes or no? What else could be possible? Have some fun with this. Reach out anytime with questions, and enjoy some beautiful weather.